The Bake Off final. Sophie won. Thanks, Pruli.
Oh, spoiler!
No, it's not Tuesday morning anymore. It is
it's
Thursday
now
night.
Thursday.
That unfortunately clouded what was otherwise like a really good final. I think I sort of managed to evade it, but I thought I'd seen it was one of the girls, so I wasn't surprised when Stephen was sort of doing the worst out of the three.
Yeah, I didn't think he would win it anyway. He wasn't my particular pick, but
I mean, I think everyone in the country really wanted Liam to win it, and after he'd left, I think that.
Well, yeah, a lot of people tuned out. I think the problem was, regardless of whether you heard whether you read the spoiler, you knew it had been spoiled. So I think it was a bit of a
Do you think
down
that
of
just a general question? Does that? I mean, it does spoil things, but does that lessen the episode?
I have to be honest. I think what lessened yes, it did lessen the episode a bit, but because they build the tension for an hour and 15 minutes about who's going to be the winner to the last minute, and then you already know it. But also, I think I would have to say, and I saw a few people tweeting this last week, the quality of the baking in the last few weeks hasn't exactly been up there with some of the other years, or even the beginning of the series.
I made this point early on. I think they peaked too soon. I think they made the bakes in weeks 1 to 3 were so spectacular that now, I mean, this cake, the final showstopper, was
they did need to bring an audience in. You know, they did need to quell the people. No Mary Berry, no Melon Sue.
I don't think anyone cares the level of the bakes. I don't think that would bring any less or more people in. Had they just baked like some nice gingerbread biscuits in. This seems to be going back to basics almost. I mean, normal finals on BBC, they would always do like a picnic basket type thing, wouldn't they? Where they did loads of little things.
They did wedding cakes one year.
They
that was absolutely astounding, wasn't it? Because that's a kind of like a classic cake that everybody knows is going to be amazing, you know. So
I mean, the blooming technical challenge was ginger nuts, for God's sake.
I know.
But no, I enjoyed it, and I think what's made this series as a whole has been the sort of chemistry that Noel Fielding and Sandy Todsvig have built up with the Bakers.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Of like, I think they're a lot more. Even though Mel and Sue did have that relationship, I think they had this distance. Whereas I think Noel and Sandy, maybe because it's their first year, they've had like a more of an emotional connection. When they'd all finished, they were hugging them, you know, and they were.
Yeah, I think they've done that.
I really liked that, and I think the combination of Noel and Sandy has worked. The one person I haven't warmed to still is Prue Leith.
Unfortunately for you, she will be back for the next series.
She struggled.
Despite her gaps.
I think she struggled to find her feet.
I can only hope that maybe they do something to soften her next year. You know, maybe they do. Maybe Hey Channel 4, maybe bring back a Prue Leith book out or a Prue Leith cooking show out. Let's try and do something to help her profile.
And then you can. You might not need to read it cover to cover, but maybe you can leaf through the pages.
Nice. Well done. That's good work. Overall, a big success for Channel 4 ratings and I think perception.
Yeah, highest rated, as we mentioned earlier, highest rated Channel 4 series since Gypsy Weddings.
Now they have also purchased there's the kind of like the baker's version. What is it called? Bake Off.
Creme.
There's going to be more kind of cake baking, and it'd be interesting to see what they do with that.
And biscuits and pies and
biscuits and pies and
margarita pizzas
and ginger nuts. Do you think they need to think about changing the time of year for the Bake Off next year? BBC used to show it more in the summer months. They went strictly for the autumn.
Well, BBC sort of put it back. I think like the last series on
and
the BBC
moved it as well from BBC Two to BBC One, of course.
I think originally it was on during sort of July, August, September, and then later on they moved it to August, September, October. In terms of the BBC, they could then debut like new September dramas after the
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they did use.
They did it with Arzu, Girl,
anything hour related.
Genuinely, though, I've enjoyed Bake Off more than I have sort of the last couple of years it was on the BBC. Certainly the last year.
Well, I think the last year got ruined by the news. I think that took the fact that it was moving took over the enjoyment of the show. I think, despite the fact I think the right person won it. I'm not saying I don't think the right person won it. I think I do kind of agree with the winner But I do think there were a couple of other bakers along the way they got rid of. I think Liam was definitely one that got rid of before their time. So, but overall, big success, and we'll look forward to it coming back in 2018.